Welcome to the colony of the hopeful crash pad in oxygen not included. In the last part we were working down here, we got some fertilizers up and running, and we've got a natural gas generator being fed via here. Now if you watch the last part you'll see me building the pump here. It didn't work, guys, and what actually happened is lots of carbon dioxide built down here. So what I've had to do is move the pump back over here, and just to kind of give you a view, it's the gas pipes. What I've actually had to resort to is pumping the carbon dioxide over to here for the air scrubber, this air scrubber here, basically so that the carbon dioxide doesn't build up in this area. And what I've also got the duplicants now working on is a third fertilizer maker, because again I'm not really getting the natural gas coming through here to keep this generator working all the time. And I do need what we got here. We got some plenty of sandstone, just checking to make sure, because we are going to be dependent on coal. Now in this part what I want to do is come up here and release this polluted water, because you can see we're actually running out of polluted water. And what I want to do is deconstruct these buildings here. We're going to get a ladder up through here, and certainly don't want that. Come on, team. And I think we can just actually no, cancel that. You can hop up over. No point them. There's no point in doing that. They can hop over the ladders. Not doing very well here, guys, sorry. And what I want to do is kind of dig up like this, and we're going to dig through like that. Hopefully there will be enough space here. I've reinforced this wall here, and I think what we're going to do is just bump the priority a little bit. The water's getting a little bit low, and it's getting a bit cold, but I'm actually going to let the water get down, because this is getting quite hot. You can see over here, so I'm hoping that if I get the water down to here, this will chill it a bit more before I drop more water in. That's the theory anyway. Out here we've put some more sleep wheat in, plant, look at the settings, and I think we can some sleep wheat in here. But we got loads and loads of meal lice at the moment, so I've actually dug some of these up for the moment just to try and save a little bit of space, and they're off to bed. Got this poor old hatch up here that's got nothing to eat, but I can't feed them all. We got 3 here. We got, I think there's 2 down here actually, or are we down to 1 now? Sorry for the pause there, guys. I've just had a massive sneezing attack, and oh, that was pretty heavy weight going, guys. Actually, and so I do want these guys to come up here. Where the heck are you? We could get a new duplicant in. See if maybe we can drive it forward a little bit with this. Scaredy cat, dimensionally inept, cannot build, cooking, digging, uncultured. You got diver's lungs, so maybe we'll bring Marie in. And you can see here now, guys, top tip, this caught me out, and I think it's really worth noticing. See where it says edible 200,000 kilocalories, but what you need to be aware of is I'm not letting them eat meal lice and mush bars, so I've actually only got 110,000 kilocalories of lice loaf. And that's something you need to do, because while I was actually refining this down here, I was quite happily letting this run, and I ran out of food, because it does not distinguish between the foods that they can eat and the foods that they can't eat. You can see the mush bar, see? I don't know whether... So the mush bar and lice loaf here, which is nearly 88,000 kilocalories, is not actually available for them to eat, but we got plenty of sleep wheat to make what they call them, frost buns, The sleep wheat's coming along very, very nicely at the moment, guys. And we've broken through, which is really, really good. So we're going to get plenty of water coming down here. And that's the first thing I actually wanted to do in this part. And we've now got a new resident. So I think what we can do is plan out a new kind of base here. We can dig through here. Let's plan out a couple of cots here, and I think maybe we can get a new bit here. Maybe we'll close off that there. I don't think we're going to come this way. I want to keep this relatively self-contained. What we could do is, might as well just go the whole 9 yards actually, guys, and just, I mean, if they're going to dig it out, they might as well dig it out in style. And all the water's coming through here now really nicely. We could probably do with getting them to sweep that actually. They do spend a lot of time running round the base actually doing other things, and I think this is something to remember that. Oh, we got another one already. Okay, let's see if we got another duplicant. Anyone else got slow learner, flatulent? I don't think we need those. We'll get rid of those. I think maybe we need to push the priority up on this area a little bit. Get them up and running. I don't want to push them too hard priority wise. So I do want this actually functioning as an operating city. I did try putting another natural gas generator down here, but I was just not producing enough gas through here. I mean, I would like to get this done as well, so I think maybe we need to let them catch up a little bit. And I think what we can do is get some. Actually, no, not there. Let's cancel that. Sandstone 7. I think maybe we'll put a few here. What I want to do is come up here. So we can mark it out now anyway. I want to come up through here. Kind of dig up like that. And then maybe a bit higher. And then dig through like that. And down like that. Cancel that. Just to get some access to fresh water. At the moment, what they're actually doing is running all the way from here to here to get fresh water. It looks like we've entombed our. So let's big priority 8 unentomb those. Poor Marie's sleeping on the floor. So here we goes, guys. Again, just close some of these up a bit so you can see. Come on, guys, get in here. Give Marie a bed to sleep on. See, the stress is very well under control at the moment. I'm very happy with the stress. Right, let's find one of these, copy the settings, and then we'll just pop that through. Just have a quick check to make sure they've got everything. Don't want liquefiables, we don't want industrial in there. Actually, what I could do is, what's the water temperature? What we could do is try and cool some of this down a bit actually, couldn't we? Let's try something. No, I don't have any weedwort seeds, do I? No, we don't have any weedworts. Well, I think I need to let water in. This is getting a little bit low now. So what we're going to have to do is come up here, turn on that, pump some water in. And I think what we'll do is we'll open this and put this back in and deconstruct that so that we've got this kind of closed off again, because if this breaks through somehow, I don't want fresh water dropping down into here. So I think maybe we can. Oh, my voice is getting very, very croaky at the moment, guys. Apologies for this. I'm not sure what's causing it, and hopefully I'm not catching a cold. You can see here where I've had to extend all this out with food lockers simply just to deal with the sheer quantity of milk lice that I was getting. It was crazy. So the team's running around here. They've nearly closed off this area up here, and we've got a few spare beds now coming in. I'd like to get this finished. Sorry, I got some water. That's a bit better. And what I'd like to do is get this final fertilizer pump up and running, just to get a bit more natural gas. I don't think I really need the fertilizer. Now we got 2,530 fertilizer. Just want to check the air pressure. The air pressure is still good within the base. I've got to keep an eye on it because it will drop. And you can see the water's now dripping through, but it's quite hot. It's hotter than I'd like it to be. But there doesn't seem to be much I can do about it. I mean, we could get another. Could we get another electrolyzer in here? Yeah, we can. Let's get another electrolyzer in here. I don't know. Actually, we have to check the power. Actually, the power supply here. We're running at 720, and it's kind of fluctuating up and down. I think maybe we can get another power supply on it because it has to be connected to here to work. I think we can. Well, we've got plenty of copper, so I think maybe if we get another electrolyzer on here, we can swap the power supplies around a little bit if necessary. Let's just have a quick look. Yeah, I mean, we've got this switched off. See, this kind of says that it's overpowered, but these aren't always working because my stress is so low. And I think maybe if a fourth electrolyzer in here will produce more hydrogen, which will then drive this a bit more further as well, guys. And we've got another bed for May now. She's happy. I think we're sweep through here just to make the place look tidy. And I think what we could do also is a sweep through here, so that the person who's doing the cooking through here isn't going to be. Let's actually just do another sweep through here as well. There's a little bit of, I think that's clay. And I think I've got to get this finished, guys, before I move on, so let's kind of get this done. See a nice row of pictures through here just to keep things nice and neat and tidy. I mean, I am a little bit worried about power. Maybe I need to put some more batteries in as well. Maybe that's something we need to think about. If I create a new battery room down here, I get some heavy watt batteries in here. I'm gonna have to come up like that. Dig out the rest of here like that. They can do this in slow time. See what I was saying about the water, that they keep going all the way down across to here to get the water. If you kind of, I think you follow Frankie. Oh no, yep, see, he's going right all the way across here, the mill lice. How much we got? 87,000. We got 100. I think what we could probably do is cancel that and get somebody working on there, and then what it means is they won't be delivering loads and loads of water over here all the time. So how are we doing over here? That might actually get them a bit more focused on what they need to do. Still picking up fertilizer. I think I've got piles of fertilizer. Come on. No, they're still picking up fertilizer. I think I don't really like doing this, but I think I'm going to have to up the priority on this for a little while, just to get it finished, because I do want this done because then we're going to need to work on this polluted water. This is another area where I want something to done. What I was thinking about is getting a couple of these in, so that we can start converting slime to make algae. But I do want this done first. Come on, team. I mean, I also want to get out and explore. We've got lots of things down here. We've got another geyser here. I'm sure that there's something. I don't know if you guys can hear it, but there's definitely something out here. I mean, I'd love to find a natural gas geyser. It's here. We're now pushing out the frost buns. I mean, I don't want to consume too much of that sleep beet, because I do have a thing. So we've now got our third fertilizer maker going up and running. That should now start producing a little bit more hydrogen down in here. And I think we've got enough water down here at the moment. There's still a lot of water up here, but I don't want this to get too high. It's getting a bit warm actually. 31, 26, yeah. I think we've got enough water for the moment, so we can now switch that off. And let's just check the oxygen. Oxygen's looking pretty good. I am using this as a supplement for this one here. What is the oxygen pressure in here like? Wow, breathable. I mean, that's really pumping out the oxygen. Maybe I don't need that. I'm going to cancel that actually, guys. Cancel all. I don't think I actually do need that. I think I just won't bother. Okay. Is that a good masterpiece? Is that a masterpiece? Okay. And just have a quick check now. So we got a nice supply of going down here. This is fully immersed. Got our biodistillers over here. Got this quite happily chugging away. Should now be getting, yeah, we got a nice big supply of natural gas running into here from this area. And let's just have a quick check what the predicted excellent yield. I seem to be able to get an excellent yield from these plants without even trying. I'm not too sure why. Who's idle? Bravado is idle. I think that's because I dropped him down. I think you can do some sweeping and some delivering on top of massaging. Obviously someone's bumped his job here. And I think what we're going to do now is priority, actually just do a priority 7 here. Get the team up here running. Don't have anything to. The key you've got to be careful of, guys, is that, like here, you need to make sure that they harvest this food here, because if they don't get down and do the harvesting and then the sweeping, what you actually get down here is rotten food, which can be a bit of a pain in the neck. So we'll grab the meal lice here. They've done this harvest up completely, and they're putting the seeds back in. And I think what we need is I want to get that out, just to make sure they pick up this food so it doesn't hang around. Who's idle now? Let's keep the team at it, building, growing. Sorry, it's not particularly exciting, guys, but I think it works. Actually, I think what I'm going to do is cancel that for the moment. I'm just going to leave our ladder to that level. but we'll fill this bit in here, and then we can use this as a way out and up here. Now I've got to be a bit careful because we might be, I think, set that back to auto, because I think we're losing oxygen out through this side of the colony. Okay guys, team's building up through here really nicely. I think if we can get access to water here, then we can get Travaldo back making lice loaf again. See, we got, there's the edibles. We've got 109 kilocalories of what do you call it, meal lice, and we got another. Okay, let's see what we got here. So we can get another member to the team. Yokel, flatulent, gastrophobic, loud sleeper. God, we don't want you. Joshua, you're a yokel and you're flatulent. Some duplicants are full of it. I'm not sure what flatulent actually means. Certainly don't want you. Okay, let's just take Joshua just for the fun of it, guys. And here, have his bed. We'll keep an eye on him and see if he farts and creates natural gas, which could be quite amusing. So we've got the batteries down here that needs building. This is now running very nicely. So we got polluted oxygen. This is a bit of a worry. We're getting polluted oxygen being drawn down into this area. Though we're pumping it over here, and what I've actually got is that over here we've got a air deodorizer working. So when the polluted oxygen gets pumped out here, and I mean the air deodorizer is right on top of the vent, so that basically what we've got here is an air deodorizer converting the polluted oxygen that's being sent from this side over here, and that's being converted to oxygen, which is then being put into the base. See, the base is sealed from these directions, and we've now getting a little bit of polluted water, because what's happening is the polluted water is dropping from here. And here's a good tip, guys. Put mesh tiles like this. The polluted water drops onto the mesh tiles, and even though this hasn't got a gap underneath, the water runs down through here, and more importantly, your duplicants don't walk through it. It's quite a good tip, that is, guys. Come on, guys. Come on, team. Come up here. Come on, Bubbles and Nesbit. Dig your way through. And collect your rewards. And we do need to connect this up as well. And of course I've got another air deodorizer up here, just to keep things under control here as well. I mean, this power cable up here is literally only supplying this pump on this circuit. That's why I'm going to put the biodistillers on it. In fact, what we can do is connect these up. And do we need any plumbing? Yeah, what do they take? Outputs. Oh, these guys drop contaminated, polluted water, don't they? Okay. I think can do is put a pump in there. I think you come this way. That, and I think what we can do is basically and what that will mean is that once these are up and running and turning slime into algae, the polluted water can get dumped down into here, and we have to keep an eye on the levels. We may have to turn these off from time to time to let the water kind of get taken away from here. It's a lot hotter than I like. I mean, probably because this is getting warmer, because this is not actually coming up through the granite and the igneous rock. Okay, right, we've now got water supply here. I just need to sweep through here and get rid of that. Get the team up. Keep things going nicely. I do really want to come out here because I'm I'm sure there is something out here. I'm sure I can hear something. Problem is we've got this little bit of water here. Okay, let's... I think what I'm going to do, guys, is I'm coming up to the half an hour. I think I'm going to spend the rest of the time kind of sorting out this area. So I think what we're going to do is get the team to get these batteries up and running, because I like the idea of having the extra batteries charged. And then in the next part we're going to come exploring out this way just to try and find out what's going on here. We'll get the biodistillers built actually, and I think the other thing I also need to do is get rid of this hydrogen, and the best way to get rid of the hydrogen is to kind of maybe a bit like that. Let's plan this out as well. It's going to look a bit weird. 1, 2, 3. Do that. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 4. We need to really get to here. So 1, 2, 3, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 2, 3, 4. Maybe we'll take you through like this so we can seal this room off. No, I want this hydrogen to rise, don't I? Okay. Let's plan this, guys. You dig like that to there, and dig out to cancel that. That means they can dig this and the hydrogen will rise. And I think we can probably get 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Maybe we'll go like that. And then what we can do is come in like that from that side. What we can do is get the hydrogen from this area to rise up into this area here. Okay, that's what we're going to do, guys. It's a little bit messy, but and then that will give us a kind of a ladder going up this way. Oh, it's coal. Oh, coal. Right, rethink, guys, rethink, total rethink. I think we're going to stay with that. I think what we're going to do is come straight up through this coal. Oh, massive coal here, and we're going to dig through to there, and we're going to come up. Oh, that's going to sand there, so we might as well. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, and I think we will come out like that, and put a ladder there to ensure we get there, and we will come up like that. And then eventually we will expand out and dig all this coal out. I think that is just too much, too good to pass up, guys. Far too good to get. And once this gap's been closed off, take that copper out as well. As I say, once this gap's been closed off, we can shut this off and maybe dig out that as well. And maybe we can extend the base up a little bit further, and maybe put an airlock here. I know we've got gas permeable tiles here. Anyway, so who's idle? Meep, what's up with Meep? And you're only doing art. Okay, we don't want you doing power. Let you do sweep and deliver. So your job is just to keep the base running and chugging along nicely. And we've got power down here now. So the whole team is kind of busy. And I think what we can do just to finish this part off, guys, get the prioritize. I think we'll go for 7 again, and that you can do that. And I think what we can do is skip. That can go to 7. I think what we do is just get them to French stench. That's because someone's been walking in polluted water. Which one of you guys has been walking in polluted water? And I think what we can do is also dig out that little bit there as well. Let's get the base up and running. Just want to check the oxygen. Oxygen's getting bad, guys. Ooh, maybe I should have. This is not pumping out as fast as I thought it would do. Maybe we've got up with this pump. Why is the pump not? We're getting an overpressure here. Okay, let's get this enabled. We getting an overpressure here? Yeah, it looks like we're getting a little bit of an overpressure here. Why don't you have power? Okay. It's almost like I need another pump here. Push this oxygen out into the base. Why are you suffering from power shortages? Generator idle, this is full. Why are you suffering from power shortages up here? Gas pump, or was this because this? I've got a feeling this isn't. Okay, let's keep this pumping a lot lower actually. Let's just keep this pumping all the time, I think, just to keep the oxygen pumping out of here. I just don't think this keeps stopping. Yeah, because we've got an overpressure there. I think that's because we got these two vents. This vent is too close to this vent. Okay, I think what I'm going to do, guys, is I'm just going to pause. I think we're going to deconstruct on that, and I think what I'm going to do is plumbing. No, it's gas pipes, isn't it? Out. Gas pipe, and I think what we're going to do is no, I'm certainly not going to do that. I think put a gas bridge in here. Intake, and I think what we're going to do is put this right over here. Right, guys, ultra high priority, please, or for me. Nearly made a cock up there, guys. Prioritize 7. Get in here, team. Build this up. And what that should do is stop this pump being subject to an overpressure in this area. Because this is now shoved right over here. Look. Yeah, because this is cycling a lot of oxygen out of here. And that should keep this going now. Because this is now pushing out oxygen over here, which would then have to spread back over this way. Okay, guys. I think that might be a bit better. And that should then keep the oxygen flowing into here a lot more effectively, because I think that was causing the problem, that this was getting filled up and not pumping oxygen into this area of the base. Now, all the things to think about, guys, and we've now got our biodistillers working. If they weren't getting tuned, what did biodistillers? That's something I never checked, guys. Biodistillers, what do you actually produce? Does you produce algae, polluted water, heat, and decor -10. Okay, yeah, I'm okay with that. Hydrogen should now be rising out. So I think what we can do now is sandstone 8. So we'll do that. And I think what we can do is dig through here. We can seal this part of the base off. I think what we can do is dig that bristle blossom as well. Right, the team seal off this area, and I think what we could do is convert these to gas pro tiles, normal tiles, sorry. And then again, do I need to open this up? I mean, they've got plenty of polluted oxygen to breathe here. The hydrogen is rising quite nicely now. And they're going to dig through here. Okay. I know I keep saying I'm going to finish, guys, but I just want to get this done. So we're just going to do this bit for guys, and then I'm going to finish the part. Apologies. How we got here? I got 104 nice loaf. We've got 117,000 kilocalories of meal ice. What we can do is put that back on continuous, and we've got want that swept because that would just rot otherwise, and then that would just cause pollution. Okay, just going to dig this out. 8. And 1, 2, 3, 8 through here. And of course we've got sand dropping down, but that's okay. We'll just use it to our advantage. They can dig out the rest of this sand. And then we can dig out here. And we found another hatch. Okay. Cancel. I mean, I can't chase this hatch down anywhere else, so I think we're just going to leave you a little bit of dirt to. That's 1, 2, 3, 4. In a nice big pocket of hydrogen there, but there's nothing I can really do about it. I think we'll just out these. We'll leave that for our hatch. We might feed this hatch as well, just to get a bit of extra coal. And we're now going to actually no. Don't dig coal that way. What you do is you dig in here. See, coal goes that high. Okay. What you do is you start here. You dig in like that, and like that, and like that, and then you dig down to create an area, so everything falls down this way. So then they don't have to sweep, because what you actually do is you effectively create a kind of descending pocket of space. hot up there. 42 degrees, wow. Sorry about that, guys. But I think this is where I'm going to leave it, guys. A little bit over time. We'll just have a quick look to see if we got any anemic, dimensionally inept, quick learner, diver's lungs. Can't build, but nails looks good. I think we'll recruit nails. And this is where I'm going to leave it, guys. Hope you've enjoyed the episode. Hope you found it interesting. We've now got our fertilizer plant up and running. We've got a nice supply of gas to this generator here, but it's probably still not enough to run a second generator. We've got our batteries nicely charged. We've got a nice supply of coal coming in, and we've got our bed here for our various duplicants. We've got our water supply for our food production here. I think what we can do is stop the frostbun supply, get him back on building, doing lice loaf. That'll get him up and running. We need to sweep that food away so that it doesn't get contaminated. We've now got our algae plants here, and I thought we had slime. Is it organics? Yeah, we got slime. We haven't got that much slime. I thought I had more slime than that. Never mind, I'm not too worried about that, guys. I'm quite happy for these just to pump out the algae, because my only consumer of algae at the moment is this pump here, which is really starting to flood out the oxygen again. I think what's the oxygen pressure here? 153. I think you can get switched off again. We're getting 770. Our oxygen pumps are doing really well over here, producing plenty of hydrogen, which is keeping this running. So I think we've got a good system running, but what I would like to do now is start to expand outwards. We've got coal here. Oh, let's give them a big order, and I think you can come down quite literally like that, and that will be all the coal up here. We've got loads of coal, which is looking good. So this is where I'm going to leave it, guys. What I will do is I'll dig the coal out off camera, and then in the next part I want to explore this way just to see if there is a gas geyser out here, because that's what I'd like to work on next. I mean, obviously we've got this area to explore down here and expand. We've got bleach stone, something I've never ever used before. I think it's used by a hand cleaner, so maybe we can get down under there. The water level's getting a little bit low again because we're consuming a lot more water, so maybe it's time to turn on that again. And we're just going to have to live with hot water going through the system. It's getting very hot. In fact, what I might do is put a wheezewort in there, but we have to find a wheezewort first. But that's all for the next part, guys. So this is where I'm going to leave it. Hope you've enjoyed the episode. Hope you found it interesting. And until next time, whatever you do, enjoy your gaming.